Hey, what's going on, guys? Mush back at it with another video. In today's video, as we are getting closer and closer to 2020 and the month of January is almost here, I want to highlight the top 5 new PC games coming in January of 2020. One of these games is actually a free-to-play game coming out of early access and into its full release, and January has some pretty marquee releases. Some games that were already out on consoles making its way to PC, big remasters, big original titles, some games that are definitely going a little under the radar, and with all that to get to, let's just get right into it. And I want to kick things off with what is probably the biggest game release to many people, at least in January, and that is Monster Hunter World Iceborne. Yes, Monster Hunter World will finally be getting its major expansion, and it will be coming to PC. This came out on consoles back in September. Unfortunately, PC players had to wait a little bit longer, but it will be out January 9th, and Monster Hunter World Iceborne is a massive expansion. Some of you guys might be off-put at the idea of spending $40 on a standalone expansion, but if you've played Monster Hunter World, if you know that Capcom has already done an incredible job of updating that game with free content, when they're asking you to pay $40 for an expansion, you know it's going to be insane, and that's exactly what you're getting in Iceborne. It adds all 14 weapon types having new moves and combos. Each weapon has more unique actions than ever before. Every weapon now lets you use the Clutch Claw, a new function of the Slinger, to grapple onto monsters, and you'll drain your stamina while clinging onto monsters, but it opens up various new ways of controlling their movement. You've got the new quest difficulty, Master Rank. This is something a lot of people wanted. On top of low rank and high rank, there is now a new quest difficulty called Master Rank. Master Rank quests will become available once you purchase the Iceborne expansion. You'll be able to earn new materials and fight even stronger monsters on these quests. And of course, it's on a brand new locale, Hoarfrost Reach, an unknown environment yet to be discovered by mankind. Reach has plenty of unique endemic life and monsters that could only exist in such a harsh climate. It has diverse geographical features as well, from deep stretches of snow that impede your movement to relaxing hot springs and even unstable ground that can collapse at any moment. The visual effects are some of the most detailed the Monster Hunter series has ever seen. Reach is also home to many new endemic creatures and monsters. You've got the Raging Banbaro and the mysterious Elder Dragon. A lot of new monsters for you to bite, but changes are afoot in familiar locales as well. Keep an eye out for tracks of fan favorite monsters. All of that will be coming with Monster Hunter World Iceborne. Again, it is hefty in price at $40, but it's going to be well worth that. Now, it is hefty in price at $40, and it's a little bit of a bummer because the Master Edition came out on consoles, and that included the base game and the expansion, and unfortunately, that is available for like $30, $35, which is great for console players, but here on PC, we're left to buying the game standalone, which is already $20 to $30, and then you have to buy the Iceborne expansion on top of that. You're looking at spending, $60 to $70 on the game. That's a little bit of a hefty asking price. However, with all of the content you're getting, with the great PC version that is offered, I think it's going to be well worth it, especially if you've already played MH World and if you've been enjoying that on PC. Iceborne is going to add even more content, and it's going to keep you even more engaged. So that's out January 9th. Next up is a game that I am very skeptical about, but I am hoping for the best out of, and that is Dragon Ball Z Kakarot. Now, Dragon Ball has been a very nostalgic franchise of mine. Whenever Dragon Ball gets a new game, even if it's not the best, I get relatively excited for it, and I want to check it out. Dragon Ball Z Kakarot is a little bit different in the sense that it's not your traditional fighting game like Dragon Ball FighterZ or even Xenoverse that did have some other elements to it. No, this is a big budget open world action RPG that relives the entire story of Dragon Ball Z. Yes, it begins at the beginning of Dragon Ball Z, and it'll go all the way till the end of the Buu Saga. You've got various side quests in there that flesh out other content. You got a new character being introduced that was designed by Akira Toriyama. That sounds very exciting, and it's being done by CyberConnect 2. CyberConnect 2 is one of the studios that doesn't get a lot of credit. However, they've done a great job in their past works. Games like Naruto Storm have turned out really well. They did the Dot Hack games, so they've done some really good stuff. However, just looking at the gameplay of Dragon Ball Z Kakarot, I don't know, it hasn't really enticed me all too much. It doesn't look that compelling. I am still eager to check it out. I'm hoping it turns out rather well, because hopefully that'll parlay into more games like this. I'm sure you could do something like this for Dragon Ball Super. You could do DLC content, whatever the case may be. There's a lot of potential in the Dragon Ball world and IP, and obviously there's a fandom that exists for Dragon Ball Z as a whole. That's why they keep making these games. That's why they keep keep doing DLC packs for Dragon Ball FighterZ, and those games have been really successful. I hope that Dragon Ball Z Kakarot reaches a decent level of success, but at this point, a little bit skeptical. I don't know if it's going to be worth that $59.99 asking price on day one, and there are various editions. There's the Deluxe Edition and the Ultimate Edition, but I don't think those are going to be worth it either, especially with their hefty asking price. Let's see how the game turns out, and after that, I think that's when you can really assess whether or not to buy this game. Alright, next up, another major release with Warcraft 3 Reforged. Warcraft 3 Reforged is a stunning reimagining of the revolutionary real-time strategy game that laid the foundation for Azeroth's most epic stories. It's a remake in the truest of sense, featuring a thorough visual overhaul, a suite of contemporary social and matchmaking features, and more. Command the Night Elves, Undead, Orcs, and Humans as alliances shift and armies clash in the timeless real-time strategy game. Of course, Warcraft 3, one of the most iconic games of all time. No, something that's not really personally up my alley. However, I do know that there's an incredible level of anticipation for this. At $29.99 for the base game, seems like a pretty decent buy. It does tout experience an epic story, the founding of Orgrimmar, the fall of Lordaeron, the reign of the Burning Legion, the rise of the Lich King. Veterans and newcomers alike will experience these pivotal events in Azeroth's history like never before. I know Blizzard is one of those publishers that at this point is still seeing a pretty negative reception. However, this game is going to be one that a lot of people are just going to be inherently excited for. Base game will be $29.99, and there is a Spoils of War edition that will be $39.99, and it gives you some other stuff as well, including a Warcraft 3 Reforged multiplayer hero skins, World of Warcraft meat wagon mount, and you get some Blizzard-wide perks as well. That will be coming out January 28th. Alright, moving on from that, how about some more lower key titles? Lightmatter is a game that recently came to my attention, and it's a first-person puzzler where shadows kill you, watch your step, or be swallowed by the darkness. It's got a really cool dark aesthetic style to it, and I think this graphical style is one of the key factors of this game. It looks so unique compared to everything else on the market. And while this isn't the free game that I was talking about, it does note that you can play the first hour of Lightmatter completely free, upgrade to play the full game, your progress will be saved. And it notes that it's a homage to first-person puzzlers, play Tunnel Vision's games' love letter to the genre, use lateral thinking to solve mind-bending puzzles with lights, shadows, beams, platforms, and Lightmatter. Overall, this is a game that I think could end up surprising a lot of people. It's not getting a lot of attention right now, but come its release of January 15th, I think it's one of those games that could come out, is received really well, and then kind of gains a lot of recognition that way. We see that with a lot of these smaller and lower key titles, where they don't have an enormous level of hype going into the release, but then they come out, they turn out to be really good, and then they get a lot of attention after that. We kind of saw that with Disco Elysium as well, and again, Lightmatter is out January 15th. And lastly, the aforementioned free-to-play title, Darwin Project, will be seeing its full release. It is in early access right now. It's been in early access since March 9th of 2018, and Darwin Project is another battle royale title. However, it is very different. It has 10 inmates survive the elements, track each other, fight, craft tools, and use their social skills to be the last one standing. Now, that sounds very fundamentally similar to a lot of other battle royale titles. However, it being only 10 players is interesting, but it is absolutely a unique take on the genre, with a show director to influence the match and a spectator interaction to create a one-of-a-kind game show. So it's very unique in that sense. It's 11 players, 10 players are actually in the game, and then one player acts as the show director, and that could add a very compelling layer to the game. Now, Darwin Project is a game that, again, has been in early access for quite a while, and the people that have checked it out have really enjoyed it. 81% positive reception on Steam based on 13,000 Steam user reviews, and then 89% based on the last 325 user reviews in the last 30 days. Unfortunately, this game suffers from a lack of a player base, so hopefully when it comes out of early access, that player base will be robusted a little bit. Maybe people will start streaming it, people will just generally be talking about it a bit more, and it does have the advantage of the fact that it is a 10-player battle royale. It's not 100 players or 50 players or anything like that, so that's not as big of an issue, but still a notable issue. You need a quality community actually playing the game for a game like this to be as good as possible, and hopefully that does come to fruition when it sees its full release in January. We don't have an official release date, but it will be coming sometime in January, and that's going to conclude this video. Again, I think next month, while it's not absolutely barn burner for new releases, I think Monster Hunter World Iceborne is going to be something that is huge for a lot of people. Dragon Ball Z Kakarot, I think, has a ton of potential. Warcraft 3 Reforged is another game that's going to be huge to some people. Lightmatter is a game that I think can end up surprising a lot of people, and Darwin Project, you've got a free game to round things out. That's going to conclude this video. If you guys have a request for a future video, you can leave that in the comment section down below. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out. Hey, what's going on, guys? Mush here again. Hope you enjoyed the video. As you guys might know, YouTube's notification system is sometimes a little bit wonky, even if you're subscribed to the channel. Maybe you're not abundantly aware that I uploaded a video. To remedy that situation, make sure you hit the bell notification button. This way, whenever I upload a new video, and I try to upload as consistently as possible, you will be notified directly of the upload, and you can watch it as soon as it goes live. I would really appreciate it if you guys hit that button so you can stay up to date with all of the content I'm posting. But as always, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.